How's it going, guys and gals? My name is Beckett, and welcome back to a brand new Beckett Reacts video. Today we are going back to the world of Jubilee. However, we are not going to Middle Ground. We are going to a place where I think I've done my video on before. I know I've got a folder for it in my DaVinci Resolve program, but today we are going to Odd One Out, because the other day I found a video from them, and it's quite simply find the flat earther. Now I have nothing to say at this point. I've said in the past how that I believe that the Earth is round, and so leaving that there for the time being, I'm going to play the video and just see how this goes. Oh yeah, and before I start this, I've just realised something, which is why the camera's now moved again. I'm testing some stuff, because as I mentioned in videos that probably will get released before this, I hope. Well, I've got to, else it won't make any sense. My attempts to apply to the YouTube Partner Program have failed. Well, my two attempts have failed. And in my efforts to try and appeal that and try and get this channel eligible for monetization, I'm also going to be trying to find ways of making my channel more copyright free friendly. So I'm changing my reaction style up a bit. Instead of me being in the corner at the top of the screen, I'm gonna be here, and the video is gonna be sort of here-ish. There we go, here-ish. It's a test. Don't know how it'll work. It might not work at all, but we'll see. Let's see what happens. We'll see what happens.
I believe the Earth is round.
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 So just as a poll, who here believes the Earth is flat?
Raise your hands right now. Any of you guys take flights?
I think we've all taken a
I would
flight.
have to assume everyone at some point in their life.
I mean, is it a thing? Do you guys hear about flat Earth out there? I mean,
I've heard like some things. I never believed they existed, to be honest. I was like, there's no way you think this.
I feel like I've only seen it on like TV or like movies. Like I've never perceived someone in real life being a flat earther.
I was very surprised just to find out somebody in here was a flat earther in the first place.
Honestly, I thought that the flat earther would be someone that like didn't go to college. So
That's what I was also gonna say single and live with your parents.
Right.
So like my image of
I mean, damn. That's savage. Woo.
flat earther is like just a generic white guy.
I picture somebody who's a little bit lanky, who wears t-shirts.
Okay, should we maybe start by doing like what does everyone do or what does everyone study or something like that?
I went to UC Berkeley and studied biology, but now I'm a Twitch streamer.
I have a bachelor's and master's in mechanical engineering.
I study sociology and kinesiology.
I work for an electronics company. We develop products, mostly that is used with the Air Force and government.
Got my bachelor's in psychology, and then I'm currently at UCLA getting my PhD in neuroscience.
I'm currently getting my BS in microbiology and I'm pre-med.
I have had a few careers. I was a high school English teacher. I was a software engineer, and now I'm a restaurateur.
So like what evidence is there that the Earth is flat or I guess round?
Like, why are you a round earther?
Yeah.
Okay,
why are you a round earther?
There's a lot of things regarding like whether the Earth is round, you know? Like obviously people have traveled around the world, and if the Earth was flat, somebody would have fallen off. Like secondly also, every single planet is round. So why would every planet plus the stars be round, but Earth is flat? Just also third, when you look out in the horizon, you can only see about 12 miles out. If the Earth was flat, you could see out forever, hypothetically. So the Earth is round, in my opinion.
Damn, that was a lot of points.
Good answer right there.
Watch a lot of documentaries.
It's a little suspicious over there.
Wait,
You know a little too
I think
much.
you're arguing my point pretty well.
I don't know. She might be overcompensating. That's,
Right?
that's what I'm hearing.
I mean,
yeah.
obviously, like if you're a flat earther, you gotta know the talking.
That's one way I'm trying to get everything off your tail, trying to search for everything you can that proves that makes people that obviously is in favour of that. So I mean, I don't know. To be honest, there's one problem with me watching these sort of videos. I'm a shit judge of character. I mean, I think there's been a few times on the channel that this has happened, but like there's been times in my friend group where I've thought, oh, I'm this thing, and someone else has thought, and then someone else has thought, when we've done like personality tests and stuff, I always think, oh, I'm this thing, and then I get a result, which is I can't remember off the top of my head what any of them were, but like I'll get a result, and I'm like, huh, that's unusual. I didn't expect that, and the guys are like, actually, no, I can see that. And I'm like, huh. Okay then. So yeah, I'm not a good judge of character because I really do not. I just don't pick a lot of stuff up.
Points for the route.
If I were to add anything, I would just say, like, I mean, we also have, like, photographic evidence.
I feel like trying to come up with arguments for a flat.
Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, that's the problem with that though. Like, as if I were a flat earther, I'd say, oh yeah, but those like NASA use or SpaceX use like computers to like enhance images all the time, so they could have just made that anyway.
just to spice up the conversations. I mean, they could fisheye the photos. They could.
Yeah.
They photoshopped it.
That's a solid point. They could be photoshopped.
I just think it's funny that this is a thing. I was a software engineer. We did geomapping, okay? So we had to map distances between addresses. And there's a thing called spherical geometry.
Actually, the ancient Greeks figured that out. There were enough of them that walked from one town to another. They're like, this is not exactly where we think it should be. And they were clever enough that into the thousands of years BC, they knew that the Earth was round.
Also, I always wonder, like, is there an edge? Like, have you guys seen, like, Pirates of the Caribbean? When they fall and they go to the edge of the ocean? That's how I envision flat earthers believe. And then also what happens with night and day? Like, if it was flat, and then the sun, like, how does that work? I don't know.
No, so I think they should have, and I don't know that earlier. I think what it is the sun, like, only, like, it doesn't go over, it goes around the dish per se. It goes around the dish, and it just like it just lights up one, like, it just goes around and lights up like one small circle.
No, I haven't done enough research on flat earthers.
When you travel, I mean, you can travel both ways around, right? You can go one way or the other to get to the other side of the world.
Like, I've flown to Shanghai so often, and I've also been to Europe. So, like, at some point, I should have fallen off, right?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
one or the other.
theoretically, right? If there's an edge, you should have at least seen,
Wait, are any of you guys religious?
Yeah, I'm Hindu, so.
I'm not religious.
I'm Catholic.
Protestant.
I don't like the term religion, but
Like, a belief.
yeah, I'm a believer.
I prefer the term theist myself.
I'm an atheist, yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe in religion.
Gotcha.
So the contestants will now vote who they think is the flat earther. I'm gonna take my guesses now as well. See, I'm mainly considering this woman on the far left, and the guy in the orange shirt as well, because something about the orange shirt guy that just, I don't know, it's screaming at me. But there's also the thing of obviously how much the girl on the left knew. But it's the thing of, that's the thing of, is she does she generally know that because she believes she believes the Earth is a globe, or did she part of this research it all just to seem not like a, I don't know. So yeah, no, I'm not, at this point I'm not overly too sure, but let's see what everyone else thinks, shall we?
He is an English teacher, and if you do literature, you must be a free thinker, and your mind must be able to push the imagination.
When he started to defend flat earthers in the beginning, I was like, Plus, he also looks the role, I'm sorry to say, but he also kind of.
Yeah, there's. I mean, it might be the looks, but there's something about him that just like just like something that's like screaming at me, like it's him. So I don't know. And I also at one point did think it might have been that the guy, him, only because he's got like the typical American dad look, doesn't he? He's got like the. And I don't know, and for some reason to me that screams like he might be that sort of person. I don't know why, but it just does. It's just like, might be like that sort of person just be like, just there's like outlandish thoughts and everything else and whatnot. So I don't know, but anyway.
It's like a flat earther.
George, oh, Ryan's out.
Why do you think they're suspicious of you?
Well, I'm a little bit older than most of them, and I have a little bit more of a variety
Ryan old.
in a career.
Can I ask?
Sorry. I don't know if that's gonna be a joke or not, but it was hilarious. Just like went flat earther and then just went to old.
What like political affiliation everyone has?
Yeah, sure. I'm unaffiliated. I don't like politics, so.
Yeah, same. I guess I would lean more towards like a liberal. I feel like I'm privileged enough to not be into politics like that.
I mean, same. I don't want to like disagree with what everyone else is saying, but it's true. So.
Well, now I don't want to say anything because I mean, if I had to pick a team, I'm definitely conservative, but through considering things logically.
I'm more of a. I say I'm a left-leaning moderate. Yeah.
I think I lean more liberal, but obviously making sure to think about things in context to reason things out.
Wait, okay, I have a question. What's the defense you can make for flat earthers? I always like to like look at the other
Yeah.
opposition
question.
to make a conclusion.
You know, I will say this is probably gonna like make you guys think that I'm the mole, but I will say that I'm not 100% sure we went to the moon, so I'm not like
Okay.
I'm not 100.
Okay, we're still getting into territory that's starts to enrage me now.
100% convinced that we've gone to the moon, so I don't know, maybe if we didn't go to the moon, what else could the government be lying to us and NASA be lying to us about?
What's your reasoning behind that, though?
I mean, like a lot, I guess. A lot of things just seem suspicious to me. When I first started, I was like, oh, cool that we went to the moon. But then I'm like, well, we went to the moon with very little tech, like the tech that during the Cold War, and then also just like the flag was waving, which I mean, I guess really doesn't make any sense considering there's no wind in space. But and then like also there were shadows, which also doesn't really make sense because the way it was. But yeah, I mean, yeah, so I just had a bunch of questions. That's it.
Interesting.
It's not 100%.
But like you, I also agree that we wanted to win certain aspects of the Cold War one way or another.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna say.
So I've just done another quick Google search about the wind, and so in some ways he's right. The moon doesn't experience wind weather like we do. What one of these thing here says was what likely to be is it's likely to be more of solar wind. So what's it Yeah, so this refers to space weather, which is space weather loosely refers to how changing conditions throughout the solar system, like the varying solar wind, which is composed of charged particles from the sun and meteoroid streams, affect planetary surfaces and volatile cycles. And I don't know if this is true or not. It sounds like it, but it just seems like it would be true. But there's also in Star Trek, there's been 2 references of ships that use solar energy or solar wind to propel sail-driven space vessels. So that's one thing. And then in terms of the sun, now I don't know how long they were on there for, but I'm fairly certain, no matter like, I'm fairly certain there is probably a position in which it's not always dark on the moon, and I reckon they'd probably land on the moon's surface when it was sunny, so they could see where they were landing. I don't know why he'd think it would have to be dark on the moon for them to land on it. I mean, he might be referring to being like the shots of them being able to see Earth from the moon, but that still doesn't quite work or make sense. So I don't know, but yeah.
Were any of you guys like? I mean, I did vote Ryan out. So was there anyone else that was like suspicious to anyone?
I will say I voted for Georgia. I apologize.
I
but
also did, yeah.
But just because you started off defending them a little bit, so I was like, you know.
I think it's maybe like scientific curiosity.
Rationalizing it.
I mean,
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and then also, I mean, you're conservative, and a lot of listen. I mean, a lot of right-wing individuals believe some pretty insane things, like Trump is still president. Far right wing, far right can be pretty crazy thinkers. So I'm not sure where on the political spectrum you are, but you say conservative, and I get a little, I guess, a tid queasy, just a bit worried.
I'm interested. Like, how come you? I mean, I get that you were trying to like see from the other perspective, but like, what compelled you to like defend flat earthers?
So, from a scientific aspect, I think everything needs to be considered. What would you say if some dude showed up and said, you know what? Instead of like things being normal like they are, space bends and time is flexible. What do you think of that? 100 years ago, I'm surprised anyone took up the idea at all. But that's kind of considered the norm for today. I might not be a flat earther, but I believe that space is flat. I don't think that.
What?
To like defend flat earthers.
So, from a scientific aspect, I think everything needs to be considered. What would you say if some dude showed up and said, you know what? Instead of like things being normal like they are, space bends and time is flexible. What do you think of that? 100 years ago, I'm surprised anyone took up the idea at all. But that's kind of considered the norm for today. I might not be a flat earther, but I believe that space is flat. I don't.
A few moments later.
I don't even have the mental capacity to even try and defend that. I mean, as some of you may know, I'm a big space fan. There are many theories out there that I have defended and that I've thought, and that many theories I think are bullshit. The Earth being flat and the idea that we're the only living things in the galaxy or in the universe. Those theories I call bullshit on. Never before has I ever seen or even heard anyone consider, or even I haven't even myself thought that someone might consider that space could be flat. And my only question to that is, how would that be possible? I don't even see how that could work. I can't even comprehend that. I'm trying to continue
I
on.
don't think that time bends and space warps.
Yeah, but that guy literally, that guy right there,
Space is flat.
that guy right there,
I don't think
that's
that
me.
time
I'm
bends
like, what the fuck?
and space warps. But I think there's things that make it look like that. I just got myself voted off the show, didn't I?
He's like, oh, hold on, I just messed something. This is making you guys super suspicious of me, isn't it? I mean, I can understand. I mean, I'm basing this off Star Trek, but I know that Star Trek throughout the years has had scientific experts to help it with its references and stuff. I'm sure. I'm sure that. I'm aware that there's likelihood that there's like space spending and time warping and all that stuff, and I'm aware of that. But I just don't see how one could think of that and lead on one, and then how that could lead one to think that that space is flat. I just don't see that. I don't get that.
But I think that famous scientists in the past, like Albert Einstein, he had to think freely about how to rationalize things that couldn't be answered at the time. So he answered questions that no one could answer.
He seems to know a lot, and a lot of flat earthers do a lot of research so that they can fight and argue their belief.
Do you not believe that gravity bends space and time, as it's like black hole theories?
I have an entire whole hypothesis on that. I've written a bunch of stuff personally and whatnot.
And please talk about it.
And it would take a long time.
That's what they don't have.
Do you know who the mole is? Comment down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
I don't know. I think at first glance, the obvious answer will probably be George, the orange shirt guy, I think. But I don't know. There's something about what he's saying that sort of, and the explanations he gives sort of doesn't affect. I don't know. I don't think it's George though.
He was so free-thinking and so willing to consider all options that I thought his thinking could like transcend the round Earth and he could arrive back to the flat Earth conclusion again.
Maybe. Or.
Yeah, I mean, if he started to doubt whether we were on the moon or not, I feel like he would have some other things to doubt.
I voted for Ikpamosa, mostly because I thought he was going to vote for me.
He's out. Is he the flat earther?
Well, I mean, when discussing scientific topics, you have to have a degree of open-mindedness. So
I guess.
Kind of digging into that, I think, a little deep, gave everyone the impression that I was free-thinking enough to be a flat earther and be trying to hide it.
If you want to keep playing because you think the mole could still be in the box, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, he doesn't think.
That's
He thinks he's.
majority. So we move on to round 3.
Okay, here we go.
What are your guys' thoughts on climate change?
Oh. Could it be him? He that's what about his face then. It was just like, he was like, shit. I've still got a chance to fuck up here. Could it be him? And we'll say, one thing that I've learned about my experience with just learning about like the flat Earth theory is that often enough it does sometimes, well, not often enough, but like a lot of the times I've run into it, it does a lot of sometimes link into to the whole moon landings were fake. So I look at it, I look at something, it's also on that same wavelength. Oh, could it be him?
I think climate change is real, and it's very scary when you look at what's happening to our environment.
That's no question. It's definitely fucking real. Like, put it this way, we have a film series based on this, and we have other scientific evidence. The Ice Age. The Earth is supposed to freeze every. I can't remember. It's like it's either every winter or something like that, or every like so many years. It's supposed to freeze. That shit don't happen anymore. And every like couple of years or so, we get like new hottest temperatures on Earth. So yeah, I could definitely say, and also like storms as well. There've been a heck ton of storms in the last few years as well. So yeah.
I think you feel it. I mean, I feel like every single year summer keeps coming around sooner and sooner, and it lasts a lot longer. It's hotter. Yeah.
I mean, we're hearing about people dying of heat waves, like.
Yeah.
And like also this year, I don't know when was this done? A month ago. But I feel like this year, like this was a month ago, yeah. But like if you went like this year, I don't know what it's like for other countries, but for here in the UK, usually end of September, start of October, it's when the temperature starts to change. We start to like transition into winter. We've only just sort of gotten, like, in the last few weeks, we've only just gotten started to get that, like, that sort of, like, cold, wintry, stormy temperatures here. It was, like, 20 degrees in October for, like, 2 weeks or so. Like, that shit ain't normal.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's hard to not believe. I feel like at this point, if you're actively like trying to not believe that global warming is a thing, like this Earth. If
Unless you're Trump, in which case it's anyone else. It's easy to believe. Well, you know, anyone else, most people. 95% of the population, it's easy for them. It's easy for them to see that obviously the global warming is a thing. If you're a Trump or supporter, then it's obviously must be a conspiracy.
If you believe it around the flat, it's
It's going downhill.
It's scary to think about. Every time I think about having kids, I'm like, oh, good luck, guys. Not my problem. I know.
I mean, honestly, it is our
for you to
problem though
fix.
too.
That's true. Yeah, I believe that we have a responsibility to kind of fix it. It's
Oh,
not,
God, yeah.
we didn't start this problem, but
Right.
we could definitely make it worse. So we
Yeah.
should do
How
that.
old is everybody?
I'm 23.
I'm 28.
28,
19.
24.
20.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
Gen Z.
I feel bad that we voted out.
I know.
So, I mean, I feel like as a young group, we're more educated. So I feel like it's harder to like really point down, or for
Yeah.
one of us to really believe
Yeah, for sure.
the Earth is flat.
I
But
was just gonna say one thing. I've watched this show before, and like they like to, you know, throw you off by like appearance based. So
Curveball.
in the best way possible, you look very sciencey. I don't know. I don't know. So I'm saying.
that's a hard fit.
I
So
got
I'm
a cool
saying-
fit, you know?
I feel like even your educational background like fits it too perfectly that I feel like they could easily be like,
What was your educational background again?
I did ME for both bachelor's and master's.
Wait, but he could be
Cal
lying.
State LA.
Oh.
I'm kind of suspicious of you too.
I was
but
a
it's
little
only due to not
suspicious of
talking as much.
you and you.
I mean, I'll share. I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't know.
Literally
Sorry,
only because of the
I don't
comment
know.
earlier of like, I don't know that the
Here comes the-
landings and I was like,
oh my God.
really?
Yeah, actually, I
Yeah,
forgot
that's the
about
only
that.
Yeah, I
reason.
mean-
The accusation.
So do you think the
Everyone's all turning on
Odyssey
each
to the
other.
Titanic happened? Submarine.
Oh,
Only
yeah.
reason.
I mean,
So do
well,
you
no, I
think
mean,
the
I was-
Odyssey to the Titanic happened? Submarine
Oh,
submersible trip thing.
Did that happen?
Yeah, do you think that happened?
I think rich white people doing dumb rich white people things is going to happen throughout this
Alright, that's fair.
So for sure, that
That's-
definitely happened.
I'm not gonna lie though,
Wait, do people not believe that happened? It's odd. Okay.
I was a little suspicious of you, still kind of
Oh.
am. I think just because you said you were religious, and I feel
Oh,
like.
okay. Yeah, no, that's
I feel
fair.
like-
I will say, I mean, being Indian, you cannot believe in being a flat earther. You need to believe in like concrete, solid
Yeah,
proof. Both of my parents are software engineers. I cannot go believing in flat earthers.
I don't know. I don't really know how, or I can't really say what. I've never known there to be an issue in the flat Earth believers thing. I've never known those people to think that climate change is fake. It's like a conspiracy. So I don't know. I think if anything on these guys, I think I'm still kind of with the black dude who I forgot the name of. I think it might be him. Not him. Him. I think it might be that guy. Yeah, him.
Please quit join our friends. Let's all take one tiny step this way and one step forward. On the count of 3, raise your hand if you want to keep playing. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, they don't.
Majority has voted not to keep playing because they are confident that the mole's been voted out. If the box turns green, you 4 have correctly guessed the mole out. You get the cash prize. If the box turns red, the mole is still among the 4 of you, and they have won the cash prize to themselves. Are you 4 ready? 1,
Is it him?
2, 3.
It is.
Oh,
Wait, is it him?
Thank you guys for all believing in a round Earth.
You doubted me.
So I'm going to count to 3, and then the mole may step forward. 1, 2, 3.
It was him.
Wait, really?
I know it's wacky.
Are you guys surprised at all?
I actually
I
am.
am very surprised.
Not
I had,
really.
like, all my money was on George, so I was like,
So,
wait,
like
whoa,
I said,
wait.
like I said earlier, like he. Something about him that just seemed like he might have, you know, been. I don't know. I
The
just,
school teacher is the flat earther? You were a teacher at one point. So for me, I was like, oh, well, I mean, he's a teacher. So he, you know, he wouldn't believe such a crazy idea. And here I am, wrong.
You had a pretty good shtick with the software engineer thing, but I can't say any more than vibe. I had a vibe, it was you.
Yeah, story-wise, it was with my team of engineers, which is interesting.
Ooh.
It's surprising how much you don't think about certain things until you do. My fiance, she's been on this before.
Oh, okay.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, which episode?
The globe earthers flat.
oh really?
I didn't know if it was that one, but
We're all taught certain things. We are, whether we admit it or not, we're indoctrinated with beliefs, with certain things, whether it's religion, whether it's government, whether it's what have you. You know, we're taught a lot more what to think instead of how to think.
If you don't mind me asking, do you believe truth is subjective or objective?
I definitely believe in an objective truth.
Interesting.
Yeah. There's a lot of ridicule, there's a lot of hate when people believe in something different, and I find it fascinating, really. I don't, it doesn't really bother me. There's trolls out there, or as Taylor Swift would say, the haters will hate. It's fine.
That's enough.
just throw it.
That was. I don't have any closing thoughts on that, to be honest. Other than, I'm not. I wasn't overly surprised. Because I had a feeling it might have been him. Yeah. I don't really have anything much to say on that. Saying that, I'm gonna end the video here. So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you'd like, please leave a like, leave a comment, giving your thoughts on this. Leave and who you thought as well, who you thought may have been the one out. Because also consider subscribing to the channel, such as Beckett. If you'd like, in the description, there's a link to my link tree. In that link tree, there's a link to many other places that I do many other things on the internet, including not only a Discord, but all where you can join up and have a chat in there. There's not many people in there right now, but once people start getting in there and it grows, there'll be a virtual community in there. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. I shall see you in the next one.